So what do we have here?
So this is a heritage manufacturing firearm that is chambered in 22 caliber.
Oh, okay, and I guess they marked it.
Yeah. So this cylinder right here, that 22 WMR,
Yep.
is actually what they call a 22 Magnum. It's got more powder behind it, the same size bullet as a 22 long rifle. A little peppier, a little more fun to shoot. It's not near as quiet. The nice thing about this revolver is you can pop it open.
Mm-hmm.
See if I can grab that pin. There it is, maybe. Oh, don't tell me that thing is rusted.
So.
There we go. So you slide that pin out like that,
Mm-hmm.
and that entire cylinder comes out.
Ah.
Rotate it back. That clicks in. Send that back home. Close. And now, pull back like that.
Yep.
You're ready to fire.
And so you said that it was rusted?
Yeah, so if you look along the body here,
Mm-hmm.
this is supposed to be a nice flat black finish, but all of this speckling,
Yep.
if I take my finger and do like that, you see how it kind of wipes away on my hand?
Yep.
That's just surface rust. And that is 100% my fault for not thinking about keeping it in my range bag, which is not nearly as moisture controlled as my safe. The next one is probably my absolute favorite at the moment and my go-to day-to-day carry. So we got a little bit of We the People holsters action going on there.
Okay. You bought that custom?
So they actually sell these.
Oh,
You can
okay.
get another one just like this. The company's name is actually We the People. They have them with prints on it. They have regular black Kydex, pretty much whatever color you want. This is a PSA dagger, which is for all intents and purposes a carbon copy of a Glock pistol.
Okay.
Slightly cheaper price tag, and I love the way the thing runs. It's got that red dot sight on top of it. Makes the world of difference when you're shooting. On there we go. You're not going to be able to see it because it's in here, so you don't see anything out there. Let's see. If you look through that scope, there should be an illuminated red dot.
Yeah, it reminds
There it is.
Yeah, it reminds me of Call of Duty.
100%, dude. That's where this Call of Duty kind of took their playing points from technology like this. Stuff like this, iron sights are fine. If you can become proficient with iron sights, I would say do it because iron sights are always going to be there. You're not relying on a battery, it'll never fail.
Gotcha.
The reflex sight makes shooting so much more fun because you're not having to focus on that front blade and figure out, all right, where am I supposed to be pointing? If you know you're sighted in, you throw up, find your dot, find your target, squeeze, and rock and roll. And for demonstration purposes, you'll notice as I'm showing this off, this is open. This tells me that there is nothing in here this weapon cannot fire. Even with that being said, notice that I am not pointing it at Mr. Quran here. I'm not pointing it at myself. I'm not pointing it at my dog. Always keep your firearm in a safe direction, period. Because even if this thing is unloaded, some wild circumstance happens and it becomes loaded. You do that. She is now a live firearm because all I have to do is, and if there's a round in there, it will fire. So, another rule when you're working with pistols. I'm sure you see a lot of guys riding. If they're holding their firearm, you'll see that index finger glued to the side like this.
Yep.
That is a good safety practice because then that keeps your finger out of that trigger well. Another rule of gun safety, always keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to fire. That means outside of your finger well. So you heard that click, right?
Yep.
That means that now I have cycled the firing pin. And if I were to squeeze again from right here, it would fire again.
Oh,
You do not have to let all the way off because that thing is spring loaded to that point right there. And if I continue to squeeze, she'll click. So little things like that are good to learn when you're playing around with firearms. At the end of the day, be safe. If you feel like something's not safe, put the gun down in a safe way, point it in a safe direction, step back, and ask questions. Nobody is ever going to give you hell for asking questions that are going to keep you alive.
got it.
So that, I've got another 9mm pistol right here. This one's slightly different. This is a Taurus TH9C. The PSA, Palmetto State, is a hammer fire or striker fired semi-automatic pistol.
Mm-hmm.
This is a hammer fired. You notice back here, this one has a distinct firing hammer.
Ah.
And you can actually decock the thing. However, I will tell you, if you ever buy a pistol that's hammer fired and comes with a decocker, it's a great thing. Even if you know beyond a shadow of a doubt, nothing in here, and you're going to decock the thing,
Yep.
I still point it in a safe direction and squeeze it like that. Simply because if you have a live round in here ready to rock and roll,
yep,
and you decock it and something happens to that mechanism, it can still fire.
Gotcha.
So always point it in the safe direction, and if you can handle that, you will survive most things in the gun world. This is a nice little compact pistol. It was actually my daily carry for a long time. It has a good palm feel. Notice I don't have a magazine in this one either, so it's a little bit weird how that pinky's kind of hanging out in the face.
Yeah.
But as far as trigger feel, the Palmetto State has a much smoother trigger than this one. It's not bad, but it's a little rougher on the pull than the PSA. This one you can also just cycle the hammer if you have a round sitting in the chamber and it hasn't been cocked.
Yep.
And now you can fire again. You can't do that with the PSA.
Mm.
Both guns have their pluses and minuses. This is a much cheaper, much more entry-level gun. I think I picked it up 2017. I got this. I got 2 magazines with it. I got a 22 long rifle.
Yep.
And a carrying case for all of it for less than $500.
Oh, okay.
So it was on sale. It was a good starter weapon. And it's a lot of fun to take to the range and just plink around with because the recoil's not bad. It's 9mm, so it's not terribly expensive for ammunition.
Gotcha.
It's a fun little pistol.
Where do you buy ammunition from?
Actually, there's a place right up the road. You probably drove right past it. Pops Outdoors. That's one place you can buy. I actually buy the majority of my ammo online. They will ship it straight to your door. You don't have to sign for it, anything, since it is just ammunition. It's not as heavily regulated as that is.
Gotcha.
So ammunition prices, the thing I tell most people is find the round and manufacturer you like and stick with it.
Mm.
So if they don't make anything local that you like and you have to buy it offline, so just be consistent because you know you like that round, you're familiar with it, and if it functions, it functions. And that's what you're looking for at the end of the day.
Got it.
Ready to look at an AR?
Yes.
All right. So this is my absolute favorite firearm at the moment. And what we have is a Palmetto State Armory lower with a Palmetto State Armory upper chambered in 300 blackout with a 7.5-inch barrel. Just a generic flash hider, desert tan foregrip.
Okay.
A little finger stop right there. So when you are actually running this weapon, most of the time you're going to be right here. And I do believe I let that stinking battery on. I did. I am so dumb. Dadgummit. Well, I'm not going to be able to let you see anything through that optic because it is stone cold dead.
Okay. So we got to charge it today.
Well, actually, I will have to pop that cover off. And do I have anything here? Yes. That is the battery that optic takes. So I will have to pop that cap off, load the new battery in, and it will be ready to rock and roll.
You have a moment to walk us through it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This one is super simple. as I'm making the giant mess. But that's okay. Make sure. There it is. If you've ever changed a watch battery, it's the exact same process. This particular optic is a Sig Sauer Romeo MSR that they partnered with Optics Planet to come up with a special variant.
Mm-hmm.
And it is actually a slight bit cheaper. Oh, that's not good.
What happened?
Huh. There's supposed to be a stop in there that doesn't let it continue turning. This may be more than just dead battery. This may be a dead optic entirely. That's new. Let's see if I can get a handle on her. Without breaking everything in creation to do it. There we go. So that cap is threaded and it has an O-ring. So
oh yeah,
it keeps all the moisture and all the wet and everything that you don't want in your electronics out. But it also makes for a very tight fit. So sometimes the thing don't want to turn loose. And all you do, pop that loose, just like that. Roll that down, set that down. Oh, I hate these bubble packs. They make everything so difficult to get into.
yeah.
It's not like I'm sitting here with a whole bunch of knives at my disposal either, you know, right?
Well, we gotta do knife training as well.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know if I'm the one you want teaching you knife training. I like sharp objects. I don't always do the smartest things with sharp objects. I have the scars to prove it.
Oh, you can teach us what not to do.
Well, here's a real good one. If you look at that finger and see that nice white scar runs up my knuckle.
Oh yeah. We got it in high definition now.
Was actually this knife. So one of the cardinal sins of any edged weapon is you don't use an edged weapon as a prying tool.
Right.
I did, and I paid the price for it because this thing I had literally sharpened it the day before, and my skin's too greasy. It ain't gonna shave me. Most days, this particular knife, before I stab myself in the face with it. There. Oh, you tore in the wrong spot. That's fine. Yeah, she's not as sharp as she used to be. She's tearing more than she is cutting, but still. That's a fairly sharp knife.
Yeah, right.
And when it sliced up that way, I didn't realize it was as bad of a cut as it was. I thought, oh, I skinned my knuckle. It's fine. It's not bad. And then I moved that finger, and I could see the bone of my finger. Oh, no. And then spent 10 minutes patching it up with gauze and Z-zips and all kinds of other stuff going, cool, I can control the bleed. I'm fine. I don't need stitches. And still never went to get stitches.
Oh.
So now that you got your brand new battery out, you pop her in place. Pop her in. Stay. Take the cap. Roll it down on there. I'll have to grab it. Well, that's what I was afraid of.
What happened?
That is not just a dead battery. That entire optic is now dead. Up, I got a little bit.
So how do you know that the optic is dead?
Okay, so first thing, if you look through here, you will see absolutely nothing.
Right.
Yeah. twist that, did you see a green dot pop in?
No.
How about now? Look. Yes. So now it is on. There should be a green
Oh,
dot.
yeah, I saw it. It like flashed.
In there.
Yeah, yeah.
So that is your optic working. That is what you aim with on this weapon.
Oh, okay, I see it now.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to capture on camera because you're not holding the camera at the angle your head is. If you take this thing, take your cheek, nice little gun piece for you here. This is called your cheek well for a reason. You put that cheek on there, you can get in here, you can get all close if you want to, you can smooch on it. But then when you look down the sight, I can clearly see the green dot. So if we will trade for just a moment, I'm going to hand you the weapon, shoulder it just like I did.
Oh, goodness.
Look through there.
All right.
And tell me if you see that green dot.
So shoulder.
Yep.
Cheek.
Yep.
And then
look through.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Yeah, you see how big and green that dot is?
Yes.
Makes it so much easier when you're just taking and swapping it on target and off target.
This is beautiful.
Heck yeah, dude.
All right.
Trade with you.
Thank you.
Got it. Yep. Okay. Well, maybe that thing is not screwed up, but that's slightly concerning that the rotation stops gone.
So you have to buy another one? And
yeah, more than likely, because as far as I know, they are not making this optic anymore, which is also why I got it so cheap.
Gotcha.
That's one of those games that you play of, yes, I got it for cheap, but they no longer make it. So if something happens, I just go buy a new brand new optic.
Gotcha.
Oh, I didn't even show you the best part of this gun. I got a little Gucci in it. See that gold bolt?
Yeah.
I love this damn thing, dude. It is so much freaking fun to shoot. So your AR platforms. Right now, this gun is clear. There's nothing in here. You don't see a brass shell, nothing.
Okay.
Now, on this side of the rifle, there's a little button right here. So when I squeeze said button, that sends your bolt carrier group home. It charges the firing pin. And now if I squeeze this, it will go click. Although I have it on safe at the moment, so as you can see, safe, it doesn't move. I click it up to fire. Okay.
I heard it.
And one of the things that we like to do is called checking your trigger reset. So if you notice, I squeezed the bolt to fire the pin.
Okay.
Then I cycled the bolt again. So what this does is now that firing pin is primed to shoot again, but the trigger has to reset. So the click you're going to hear when I let off of the trigger is it resetting, being ready to fire. So as soon as it clicks, I can squeeze all the way through again, and it's ready to fire.
So there's multiple stages. So it's not like you can just pick it up and just...
Technically, you could. If you were to... you heard the click, right?
Yep.
And I just let all the way off, and now it's right back on. I actually really like that trigger. So for most firearms, if you were to walk into a room, say, all right, well, this thing's on safe, click it over to fire, I don't know if that bolt has been cycled. I don't know if there's anything in it. You can still literally walk up and just squeeze that trigger.
Gotcha.
So it is incredibly important to follow the safety steps of keep your finger off the trigger, always know your target and what's behind it. Let's see, treat every firearm as if it was loaded. I'm blanking on the words for the fourth one. I know what it is. Know your target and what lies beyond.
Gotcha.
So, meaning, especially with something like a 300 blackout. 300 blackout is going to carry much more energy than a 9mm, which means that when you shoot a soft, squishy target, it is going to go through and continue traveling. So when you line up a shot on something, say an animal, you have to know what is behind your target when you squeeze that trigger, because if that round were to go through the animal, continue on, and strike another person, you are now committing murder.
Yeah.
All because you didn't pay enough attention to look and see what's behind the target, to see what might happen, after you squeeze the trigger. So as long as you're paying attention, firearms are a lot of fun. They're one of the best things in the world. But please pay attention. I don't like seeing people get hurt and swear off guns for forever.
Is that the whole collection?
Oh God, no. Oh God, no. I go get my long gun 300 blackout. So same chamber, same round as this one.
Yep.
Where that one has a 7.5-inch barrel.
Yep.
My other one has a 16-inch barrel.
Okay.
It's set up more for hunting, taking longer shots, a little more accuracy.
Got
This one is good, say, from here to my fence line.
Okay.
It's more of a self-defense. I'm not really reaching way out there to touch somebody.
Yep.
But I want a whole lot of energy on target when I do something with it.
Got it.
Let me go grab the long boy.